isn't it weird that people that criticize capitalism benefit from capitalistic societies, but then you see movies like Beyond Utopia where people are from socialism, communism, run from the country to go to capitalistic societies? Why is that? So weird that the people that benefit just run the intro. Chase Lehocky here with the Blue Futon, reviewing a Swedish movie on Netflix called The Conference. So what's about? Pretty simple premise. You have this conference, or you could call it a team building exercise in the woods, and you know what? They're about to die because they decided to make a shopping plaza in the middle of a field, and there's a farmer there. The farmer commits suicide, and you know what? Shenanigans is about to ensue. So, did I like this film? And the answer is not really. I wasn't impressed by the gore. I wasn't impressed by the story. Yeah, you had some humorous elements, but the overall package was just so much a been there, done that I wanted something different. And yes, you could say some of the gore was unique and different, but other than that, I watched it going, yeah, I wasn't a fan of this movie whatsoever. So when talking about the positives, I've already kind of explained the positives. I thought the gore was very interesting, especially there's a scalp scene, very cool. There's a scene with metal wire, pretty solid. And I'll tell you some of the kills were fine, but it was nothing like, oh yeah, that stands out. I mean, there's one with the sickle. You can say it stands out. But other than that, pretty solid, pretty average. You can say some of the humor worked, especially this making fun of Wolf on Wall Street. There's this one scene where this girl has a huge sickle trying to do stuff with it, and it completely is a fail. And you're like, okay, that's pretty funny with what they're trying to show. But this movie, the writing just wasn't original. You knew everything that was going to happen. You knew exactly, oh, that character's about to die. That character's about to die. That character's about to die because he's a dick. That's another character's going to die because he's a dick. That person's a good character, so they're not going to survive. That character's going to sacrifice himself. That person's going to survive, die, survive. It was nothing like, oh, shit. It was so generic, so, I hate to say boring, because I was never bored with this film, but it never excited me. It was like, yeah, it's a movie. It's a freaking movie about a conference, and they have such superficial characters that you just don't really care for them. Yeah, you have the environmentalists, you have the greedy dudes, you have these old people that are going to have sex. Basically, you have these stereotypical characters, and that's really all they are. And you are introduced to this girl who's been out of the business because of something that happened in her past, something traumatic happened, and you don't know what it is because they egg her on to go on a zip line, but they never explain why she's a chicken or what she went through, what quote-unquote PTSD she has. You just assume that she left, they forged something, and now she's back in the character to be like, wait a minute, you guys did something wrong, ethically and morally not cool. So everything in this movie is so stereotypical, so been there, done that, where the credits rolled, I got nothing. I got nothing from this movie. The bad guy, me and my mom and I saw it from a mile away. We're like, well, it's either this person or this person. And literally, I would say 15 minutes into this movie, we said, it is that person. And what do you know? 45 minutes later, it is that person. So we're just like, this is not smartly written. Sure, there are some cool kill moments, especially at the very end where you show how someone dies. You're like, oh, that's pretty cool. How they kind of do in the slow motion. But everything was stereotypical. Been there, done that. Some interesting kills. But overall, there is nothing that stands out where it's like you need to watch this movie. If there is one Swedish movie on Netflix, it's still called, I think, The Trip, where it's about the couple going to want to kill each other in the cabin. It goes completely haywire. That is a Swedish movie to watch. The Conference, pass. So The Conference will receive a 2 out of 5 with Futons, which equals that 40%. Let's see what the critics' news scores gave this one. The Conference, a 75% with the critics. Audience score 53%. There's 12 critics, over 50 audience. No critic consensus. I'm shocked. A 3 out of 4, a 6 out of 10, a 2 out of 5, Oh, here's this one. Common sense media. We get it. Capitalism and corporate greed are terrifying. No question about that. So why not focus on the satirical aspects exclusively? Um, how is capitalism terrifying? Yeah, these people that are like, okay, so socialism, North Korea, you have these people trying to get to South Korea because of that. Yet, why do so many people try to migrate to capitalistic societies? You cannot never answer that, can you? You dumb fucks. Anyway, God, why is always people that benefit from capitalism complain about capitalism? So fucking annoying. Anyway, 75, 53, 40. Chase Talk here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more thing, Futontopia. You Blue Futon, have a great day. Now, I don't care if you watch this today, tomorrow, week from, month from, a year from now. I love every single freaking one of you. Yeah. Pass the fuck out of this movie.